Good morning. It is Monday. Excuse my hair. I did actually brush my hair this morning, believe it or not, but I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. I haven't, because that wouldn't have been fun, but silly hair. Anyway, it's Monday morning. Yesterday I couldn't get YouTube to play ball at all. I've been having so many problems with it, uploading videos and failing and things going wrong. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not planning on doing much today at all really. I'm still working on the MKAL, which I'll show you in a minute. Actually, I'll show you at the end because then people can choose whether to look or not. So yeah, I'm going to be working on Clue 2 today. That's pretty much it. So not much to share. So what I'll do is I'll combine this with yesterday's Vlogtober. I actually managed to get out of the house yesterday. Not far and not for long. But for the first time since August. And the only times I've been out before then, since we moved into this house in May, are when I went to hospital a few times. So yeah, it was nice to get some fresh air. Tangent, what was I saying? Not with it at all this morning. Oh yeah, Tom's been off. No, Tom's not off. He's been ill all weekend with like a really chesty, coldy thing. And it seems that I'm just starting with that now. So I don't feel great, but it's small potatoes compared to what I'm used to, really. Yeah, so bring on the cold. Hurrah. Even when kids get older, they still bring home all the germs. It's delightful. Yeah, so let's get into Sunday. Just wanted to show you this yarn. Husband went out yesterday and went to Lidl, and he found this yarn in the middle of Lidl. And it's a DK sock yarn, but they also had 4-ply. And I've looked into it. You get 2 75-gram balls, and it was $4.99. So 150 grams for a £5. And I thought it's going to be like really cheap acrylic. But it's actually 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. And it says you can get 1 pair of socks out of it. But for 150 grams, I don't know. Especially if you did contrast heels and toes and things. So yeah, he picked up this colour. That's what it looks like when it's knitted up. And he thought the colours were quite Halloween-y, because Tom's been asking for a pair of thick socks. One of his pairs of trainers that he's got is slightly too big. So I thought that I could make him a DK pair of socks with these, and hopefully I can get 1 foot out of each ball. But yeah, it's it says it's got knitting instructions for socks if you scan there, but it actually doesn't. It takes you to a jumper pattern for some reason. But I mean, how good is that? £5. You can wash it at 40. We don't wash at 40, we wash at 30 anyway. 3 to 4 needle or hook. And apparently it says somewhere, oh, it's environmentally friendly, manufactured, produced under socially acceptable working conditions. And there's a little star, but I can't see where that star leads to. What do they mean by socially acceptable working conditions? It's not actually said. There's a star. It definitely doesn't have a star anywhere to say what that is, unless it's on the inside maybe. Or is that just a grid? No. Well, that looks like it's a size guide. 2 seconds while I open that up. Okay, so that's cool. So when you open it up, it's got a sock tutorial that tells you how many to cast on as per the size chart. And then on the inside, it's got a size chart. How many stitches to cast on, your heel width, heel flap, etc. All your stitch counts. And then is that German? Danish. There's still no little star to say what they mean. Unless you're supposed to go to that QR code. I don't know. More environmentally friendly manufacturing. Anyway, they seem really nice. I'm not one for commercial sock yarn, but you know, you can't go wrong for 75% superwash wool for a £5 for 150 grams, can you? I think it'd be perfect for Tom. So, I know it's not Halloween yet, but my husband came in today with a pumpkin and said to give me something to do. He'd hollow it out and everything for me, which he's done. Got a hole in the bottom, hollowed it all out, and he was like, oh, it's a practice for Halloween. Because he knows I love carving pumpkins, and every year I do elaborate pumpkin carvings. So this is a practice pumpkin. I'm not going to do the same design as this on Halloween. This is just for fun. So I'm doing like an autumny one. But I was just going to quickly show you how I carve my pumpkins. So what I do is I draw a rough pattern, just in biro, onto the pumpkin. And then I've got a set of wood carving tools. And you may remember me mentioning a few weeks ago that my husband threw out my expensive set of wood carving tools by mistake when we moved house, because they were in the box with my dyeing supplies and my whittling supplies, my needle felting supplies, etc. So I've got this new set. Honestly, right, these were £2 from Temu. And they're really sturdy. There's loads of them. There are knives, there are scoops, which is what I use. Focus, why won't you focus? Yeah, I use these scoops the most. They've got a sharp edge, but they're curved, and they're really good for like the design part and going around the edges and everything. So yeah, so I've got these new set of tools. I've drawn just a very small part of the design for now, some acorns and an oak leaf. And then what I do is I get a knife, and I've just cut for the veins, just so I know where they are. And then I'm going to go ahead then, where's my tiny little scoop? There. No, that's a big scoop. Hang on. Where's the little one gone? Sorry, 2 seconds. That's the medium one. Okay, it was here like 2 minutes ago. Nope, nope, nope. Yes. So, what I do is I get the little scoop, and I don't know if I can do this, like at this angle. I really need to find my tripod. And then I just sort of take out the edge. No, I can't do it with this angle. If I go too close, it won't focus, see? But you get the picture. I'm doing a very, very bad job of this with one hand. But yeah, so I go around the edge of this bit now. I'll scoop this centre bit out. And then once I've got the whole shape done, I will get the slightly larger scoop, this one, and then like start to shape the inside where the light comes through, because at the moment, because it's all uneven and rough, the light will come through in like chunks. See this big mound here? That's going to stop the light coming through evenly. So what I'll do is make all this inside then as even as I can. It's a bit awkward because I'm still in bed, but I've got my little red kite dish, and I've got a recycling bag underneath the pumpkin, so any bits that fall off will go onto the bag. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy doing this for a bit now. I'm catching up on some people's Vlogtobers. Right now I've got Memily Makes, and who else have I just watched? Oh, Little Workroom Crafts, Crafty Cleggs Creations. I might do like a list of the Vlogtobers I'm watching, and then perhaps we can like share our lists, so that if we are missing some of them that we'd like to maybe watch, we could recommend those vlogs to other people then. I quite like that idea, because somebody commented on my vlog the other day, a new subscriber, and she has a YouTube channel with far more subscribers than me. And it was just really nice, because I watched then her latest vlog and subscribed to hers, and I didn't know she existed until the other day. So yeah, I love finding new people, and I still got last week's Bakery Bears one to watch as well. So I will be watching that at some point. I'm not sure what to do with the rest of it. See, I was thinking like leaves coming down from the top, and then toadstools at the bottom, but it won't be to scale really. I'm just gonna, this is just a practice one, right? So I can do what I like with it. Pretty patterns. I love carving pumpkins. It's one of my favourite things to do this time of year. I look forward to it every year. I still don't have any ideas for my actual Halloween pumpkin though. Last year I did a border collie. The year before, was that the year I was quite ill? And Chris came in and sat on the bed with me, and I instructed him, and he did like the swirl symbol from Moana. Not sure if that was last year or the year before. But he did well, because he's never done it before. Tom always does one as well. Tom's really good at carving pumpkins. Like, he's watched me do it since he was little. And he's very good. So I'm not sure if he's planning on doing one this year, because he's all teenage now, isn't he? So probably grown out of that. But I don't care. I'm going to do my own anyway. Plus, the street that we live on now, I'm just going to do some while I'm talking. The street that we live on now that we've just moved to, our last place that we lived was Look at the sun's just come out and made it all glowy. And now I can't see because it's right in my eyes. Yeah, we'll hold that for a sec. Hold that thought. What was I saying? Our last street was a street of bungalows for disabled people or over 55s. So we were the youngest people there. All our other neighbours were like in their 80s. There's a very elderly population in that street. So we had no trick-or-treaters ever, nothing. This year, we're only one of 2 adapted bungalows on the new build estate. The rest of the houses, most of them are families with younger children. So we're going to get a lot of trick-or-treaters this year. So I'm thinking nicely done pumpkins in the window are going to look great. I've already got like autumn hangy things outside and an autumn wreath on the door. But Chris does not like trick-or-treaters. He does like people. Well, I mean, that's debatable for both of us. But what I mean is he hates the whole thing of getting up and down, up and down, up and down to answer the door. Because he has pain problems as well. And I understand that, that's fine. He's like, oh, it's okay for you, you just get to sit there and hand out sweets. Well, I have to get up and down answering the door. Fair play. But this year, what I'm thinking of doing is putting a little sign on the door. Saying, like, please don't knock, the dogs will think you're too scary or something like that. But help yourself to a treat, and having like a bowl of treats outside that we refresh every so often. Does that sound like okay? I mean, that I would have been more than happy with that when I was a child. I do worry that somebody might like just empty the whole thing into their bag, but saying that, if they're little ones, they're gonna have like parents or older siblings with them, aren't they? So hopefully they'll have like somebody to tell them not to do that. If it happens, it happens. I will have backup sweets in the house and we'll just refill it, and we'll be able to see on the Ring doorbell if anyone does that. Just hey, oh, what you doing? Through the speaker. Yeah, so, I mean, they might have an ill sibling at home or something who they want to take loads of sweets back for. You just don't know, do you? So I'll have backup sweets, just in case that happens. And the reality of it is, Blythe would absolutely love to greet everyone at the door, because people to Blythe are the best thing in the world ever. He loves people. He prefers people to other dogs even. Like, his recall is brilliant when we've got something he wants to play with. He's a typical collie, so he will be obsessed with whatever toy we've brought on our walk with him. But if he sees a person and that person looks as though they will be friendly, now and again his recall isn't 100% reliable. So we do have to be a bit careful letting him off the lead, because some people don't want a massive border collie running up to them and saying hello, especially because he's quite a large border collie. But yeah, he's usually a good boy. Like, Chris took him to the Royal Welsh Show, which is where Wonderwall Wales is held, only there's a lot more going on the day of Royal Welsh. It's like all the agricultural shows and everything, so there's a lot of livestock there. There's really a lot of people there. So because Chris had a pitch there, he took Blythe with him, and Blythe was in his absolute element for the whole day. He had people constantly fussing him, other dogs greeting him, and he was just like beside himself with joy. So that was nice. And also they had like the trailer, the company trailer as well, so if it got a bit too much, he could go and rest in the trailer with one of the staff. Like the staff are all dog lovers, so Blythe was very well looked after. Yeah, I've gone off on a proper tangent now, haven't I? Can't even remember why I'm talking about Blythe. I'm not even going to... Oh, because of trick-or-treaters. Yeah, so Blythe would like the trick-or-treaters, but husband does not. So, I mean, I do get his point. I wouldn't want to be getting up and down if I didn't have my wheelchair. That would hurt a lot. So, this is really hard one-handed. I'm not doing very well, am I? I'm not doing very well at all. Especially now the sun has come out and I can't see. Oh, as I say that, it's gone back in again. Shall I... Oh, nope, there it is. I do love a sunny autumn day, though. The other night, I think it was Thursday night, when I was particularly down and ill, Tom was like, oh, you're supposed to be able to see the aurora tonight. And the aurora was one of my main bucket list things. Since I was a child, it has fascinated me. I read the Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials series, and I was just obsessed with the Northern Lights. And then in 2010, husband and I went to Iceland to try and see them. So we went in December, and on New Year's Eve we went up a volcano on a like guided Northern Lights tour thing. It was the most perfect conditions apparently that there could have been, but they didn't show, so that was such a shame. But we did get to spend New Year. We saw the New Year Inn, standing on a volcano, looking down at Reykjavik, who, oh, wow, we've never seen anything like it. Fireworks, they were unreal. I think everyone in Reykjavik sets fireworks off at the same time. It was just astounding. So that was worth it just for that. But yeah, we didn't see the Northern Lights, and that was quite disappointing. And then, just after we moved in here, they appeared here. And I saw them from our back garden. So it was the most amazing thing ever. I cried my eyes out. Got some really beautiful photos, and it was just the best experience. But then Tom came in on Thursday night and said, did you know that the aurora is supposed to be visible tonight? And I was like, no, I haven't seen it. I haven't been looking at anything on my phone really because I've been so ill. And he was like, oh, well, let's go outside. So I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. And he had college the next day and everything. So I was like, I don't know. I'm probably not going to see them. So he went out to have a little look, and he said it's really clear. Come out. So I did. And there they were. And it just felt like I needed to see them that night. It was lovely. So I'll put some pictures up in a second, and I'm going to go off and do this with two hands because one hand is difficult and I'm waffling about random things now. So yeah, off I go. Tom hasn't gone for dinner today because he's not very well. So husband went to get the Sunday dinners, and my mum has given me a bag of treats. A half-eaten bag of crisps. Thanks, Mum. Baked camembert and hot honey. Apparently they were too spicy for my mum and dad, so Tom can have those. And then we've got plum and cinnamon flavour chai latte. And this is like an all-in-one thing again, like the sachets that I showed you yesterday. So you just put some spoons of that in a cup. And it's got milk, sweetener and tea. And off you go. Apparently it's really nice, so I'm looking forward to trying that. And then it's an autumn plate. And it's so pretty. How lovely is that? It's got little toadstools and pansies, and the way the leaves are done is just really nice. It's from Dunelm, and my mum got one for me and one for her. I'm going to use it for display because it's not dishwasher or microwave safe. So I'll probably put some little pumpkins or something on it, but yeah, it's really cute. Maddie would really like these crisps. And got quality control here. Just checking what's going on. And he stabbed his face on the crisps. Not impressed at all by that. The corner is sharp and he's off. I'm going to try the chai. Does anyone else love these lids? They just... You have to tap your nail on them. You just have to. Interesting. Kind of looks like... Oh, my brain went to cremation ashes, and that is not what I wanted to say. I was going to say it looks like sand or dust. My brain sometimes is a bit odd. Anyway, husband and Tom went to the witchy shop yesterday to get some incense because Tom's having a teenage incense phase. And they came home with this for me. Like a cup with a pentacle on it, and the top bit comes out so you can put it in the dishwasher, which is really cool. Oh, a loud train outside. Yeah, I love it. It's got like the phases of the moon around the top and the little sort of druidy vines, and it's really nice to hold. It's lightweight. How cute. What a nice present. They said they thought it would go with my Halloween decor at the moment. Is it? I love it. Thanks, boys. Hello. Jon Snow. Why do you look cross? Jon Snowy. Gonna have some chicken? No? Okay. Can have some chicken. You're very tired today, aren't you? Husband bought me some tiny real pumpkins, and they are so adorable. If you can see them through all the whiskers. Jon Snow is being particularly annoying today because he wants my yarn. And he pretends that he doesn't, but he actually does. Because as soon as I move it, his eyes are like, ooh, yarn. And there we go. Foot on yarn. Look at that toe fluff. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, that was his goal. He was pretending that he wasn't doing anything at all. Just lying there, washing, being sleepy. No. His goal was the yarn. Blythe, where are we going? We go walkies. Too many sniffs. Where's he gone? Come on! Okay, I just thought I'd put a little clip in here because we had an Amazon delivery and I forgot that I'd been listening to the Halloween tone things for the Ring doorbell, left on a Halloween one by accident, and the poor delivery guy, his face was a picture, so I'm going to show a little clip of him, bless him.
You've just awoken the spirits that haunt this house. Hurry and leave a message before it's too late.
MKAL spoiler alert. If you don't want to see Clue 2, look away now. Okay, so I'm working on Clue 2 at the moment. I've decided to go eyelets, not brioche, because I just really prefer the look of the eyelets. Also, I've never done brioche, and I did really want to try it, but I wasn't a fan of the look of it compared to the eyelets, so I've gone eyelet. And I'm really happy with them, so I've done the mohair dare. I've brought in the contrast colour in the middle bit as well, just to keep that sort of going up rather than it being all pink. I've done my second row of bubbles. They went so much better than the first row. So much better. I actually enjoyed doing them. And I love doing the row after the contrast colour when you like see the bubbles popping out. Love that. So I'm just going to do exactly the same now for the eyelets. Pink, yellow, pink. And then one more row of bubbles, and then that is clue 2 done. But it's looking really nice, actually. I really like the eyelets. And the mohair gives it such a soft feel as well. But the yarn, this is, well, it's Tom's hand-dyed yarn, but it's my own, like, base. And it's so soft. So it's going to be really cozy to wear. And it's pretty, isn't it? Also, mohair is so fluffy. It's so fluffy. I think I'm going to have a lot of this left over, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I feel like I want to rub it on my face, so maybe I'll make something like, or add it into a cowl or something so that it feels nice. Does anyone else want to rub mohair on their face, or am I just weird? It's so squishy. Yeah, anyway. Really looking forward to getting clue 2 finished, so I can crack on with other things, because I have pretty much been knitting this. I did the first semicircle on the Thursday that the MKAL came out. Then I stopped for days because I was redoing my bat cowl and doing socks and all that stuff. So I was really behind. So I've pretty much done all of this in 2 days and my hand hurts. So I'm signing off for today. See you soon.